Hello and welcome to my crafting channel. I am Mr. Craftivist and thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Today we're going to be looking at making a wire scorpion. And here's some of the materials you'll need to complete this project. Here's the materials I used. I used 8 pieces of wire. They're 8 to 10 inches long, preferably 20 gauge. The thicker you go on the wire, the harder to work with. A set of round nose pliers, a set of flat nose pliers, a set of side cutters, and your choice of beads. You don't have to use beads, but I like to use them. That's my little twist on the project. So we'll start out by taking 4 of the wires, each at the same length. Put them together. Find the middle of the wire and start twisting. You can twist about 3 to 4 inches from the middle. So about 2 inches on each side. And if that doesn't hold, like it didn't for me, you can take a piece of tape and tape the end of it. The tape will keep the wires together so you can work easier. Now I retwisted them. It held better. I take my wire, I put it flat over the 4 wires, and I wrap it around to the back of the 4 wires, crossing the right over the top of the left, and pull. I had to use my pliers to get it as tight as I could wrapped around those 4 wires. I repeat that process and I get the wires as tight as I can get them. That 2 more times for a total of 4. And no matter how much I try to tighten it, it still slides up and down. But that'll be taken care of later. And I make sure all the wires, the 4 wires, are facing in the same direction from the right to left. The right should be lower than the left on each of the 2 wires. I don't know if that makes sense or it's confusing you, but if you look closely at the close-up, you can tell what I'm talking about. Now I took the bottommost wire on the right side, folded it up, and crossed over to the left side, under the 4 wires, and back to the right. So you still have 4 wires on each side. Now I took the bottommost wire on the left side, crossed it over to the right side, under the 4 wires, and back to the left. And you still have 4 wires on each side. Remember to make sure you're always tightening your wires as good as you can while you're doing this process. Now we're going to repeat the process 3 more times until all 4 wires have been crossed over each other. After those steps were complete, then I started to twist the tail. Now you can use pliers for this if you can't get a good twist with your fingers. After the tail's twisted up, then you go to shape it. Now you can use your fingers or you can use a mandolin, whatever you feel comfortable with. Then I jump back to bending the legs. Take your pliers about 1/4 of an inch away from the body of the scorpion and bend upward. Then put your pliers about 1/4 of an inch further down the legs and bend back downward. I always end up with a lot of extra wire on the legs, so I have to clip them off just to shorten them to be easier to work with. If you're actually going to be making one of these as a project for yourself, I encourage you to go back and watch the videos that I posted in the description below. There's a link to a couple of the scorpion videos that I watched before I started making this. They may just give you a better description on how to bend the legs. I've made 4 to 5 of these scorpions, and I swear to God I can watch those scorpion videos on how to do it 20, 30 times and I still won't do it right when I'm making it. I had 4 wires making the tail. I clipped one off about 2 inches above the body of the scorpion, and I clipped the second one off about 1 inch above that to make it where there's only 2 wires left coming to the end of the tail. And the third wire I looped around at the end, and then the 4th wire was a stinger that I just left straight. Now we're back to working on the pinchers of the scorpion. You got 4 wires coming out the front, out of the head. Take the 2 wires that are on the outermost parts of the scorpion, pull them outward. So the 2 inside wires you're going to use as the receptacles. You clip those off to a decent length. I think it's about 3/4 of an inch long. And then the 2 wires on either side of on the right and left, you're going to form into the pinchers. Then what's left is in shaping. You just got to conform it to however you feel it looks the best. Now to add a little life to my project, I'd like to use seed beads, and I use number 3 crimping beads for the bead. I'm going to picture 3 of the scorpions that I have made. Now the bigger one was made with 16 gauge wire, and it's a lot more difficult to work with that wire. It doesn't like to bend as easy. Thank you for watching. I hope you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And on the next video, we're going to be doing Tree of Life with green beads. And the purpose of the green beads is for Mental Health Awareness Month in May. So stay tuned for that video. It'll be posted in just a few days. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great week.